Hello, students. This is Saxon Algebra 2, Lesson 77, Part B, Multiple Radicals. And in this video, I will work through example 3. This is example 3. The square root of s minus 8 plus the square root of s equals 2. So I want to get out my algorithm so that I keep track of what I'm doing and I can point it out as I go along. The first thing that we're going to do is isolate our radical. And we want to isolate the messiest one. Well, s minus 8 to me is a messier radical than just plain s. So we're going to pick that one. And so what we're going to end up with is the square root of s minus 8 equals, I'm going to subtract the square root of s from both sides. And there we go. We've isolated it. Now it's time to square both sides. So when we square this side, we're just going to end up with s minus 8. When we square this side, we're going to end up with 2 minus the square root of s. I've got to move my little handy card. And 2 minus the square root of s. And so that's going to equal 4 minus 2 square roots of s minus 2 square roots of s, and we're going to have a minus times a minus is a plus s. Now I'm going to simplify. Notice that the next thing after squaring is simplifying. We're in the simplify, and so we have s minus 8, let me put ditto marks there, s minus 8 equals 4 minus 4 square roots of s plus s. All right, well, we've got s on both sides, so we can just get rid of that. And now I'm going to bring everything on one side of the equation, another form of simplification. So I'm going to add 4 square roots of s to both sides. And I'm going to subtract 4. And there was already a minus 8 to subtract. So now here's our equation. Now we're at this point. More? Yes. So we have to go back to isolate. This time we only have one to choose from to isolate. So we're going to be isolating 4 square roots of s. So 4 square roots of s equals, I actually could have simplified this a little more and called it minus 12, but I didn't. And so I'll just do it now verbally. This is minus 12. I'm going to add 12 to both sides and get 4 square roots of s equals 12. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 4 and get the square root of s equals 3. And then and now we've at the point where we are going to square both sides, and we're going to end up with s equals 3 squared, which is 9. And that's the point where students think you're done, but we're right here at more, no. The next thing is check. So let's go ahead and check that baby. What we're doing is we're putting the 9 back into the original equation. None of our manipulations, back into the very original equation. I'm going to do that part in red. So now we have the square root of 9 minus 8 plus the square root of 9 equals 2. Okay, so the square root of 9 minus 8 is the square root of 1, and the square root of 9 is 3 equals 2. Well, square root of 1 is 1, and 1 and 3 is 4, and sorry, it doesn't equal 2. And so we find out this is in the 10%. There is no solution to this equation. And when you reach a point in solving where you come up with something like 4 equals 2, when you know that 4 does not equal 2, there's no solution. That's the answer that you want to give. I hope this further helped you in dealing with equations that have multiple radicals, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.